Good morning. It's James Richards from Madison's Residential here with my bi-weekly vlog. So we are now on the 2nd of June. The weather has unfortunately taken a bit of a change. That's no bad thing because the gardens certainly need the water. So May was an interesting month in the world of lettings. It saw the launch of the Renters' Rights Act, and with that came the requirement for all landlords to send the 4-page information sheet to our tenants. It's too early now to say whether all of those were got out. The threat or the implication that if you haven't sent that information sheet out is that there could be a fine of up to £7,000. It certainly caused an awful lot of focus here at Madison's, and delighted to say that we got all of our information sheets out. The difficulty was, of course, that we only had 1 month to do that. And if I contrast that to Rent Smart Wales, where they had 6 months to get the information sheet out, it did mean an awful lot of work for landlords to get these information sheets out. But fingers crossed that all landlords managed to get them out and all will be well. The next thing that the Renters' Rights Act brings upon us is the private rented sector database. Now, this is where landlords are required to register themselves on a central database. The details that are expected to have to be registered on that database are the property name or landlord's name, the property name, details of the property, and then all of the compliance certification that goes with that property. And that would include the electrical inspection condition report, the gas safety certificate if it's required, and various other bits and pieces. So that is due late 2026. There is no specific date for that yet, and we have yet to see the exact requirements that we will be registering for that. But that is the next big thing for the Renters' Rights Act. In between, where landlords are required to do a rent increase or do a rent review, that is now requires the use of a Section 13 form. That is a mandatory form, and landlords, we are only able to increase the rent in line with market rates. So that is work in progress and continuing work in progress. Equally, what we are now also turning our minds to are the energy performance certificates. So these are the documents that are going to be required to be registered by 2030. So there's going to be work required by some landlords on their properties to get their properties more energy efficient. And it is something that we're seeing a lot of tenants, when they're inquiring about a property, asking about the EPC. Obviously in Tunbridge Wells, we have a lot of older properties where it's not quite so easy to perhaps get that C rating that the government have suggested or have stipulated for 2030. But we'll be working with landlords between now and certainly the latter part of 2029 to work towards getting the EPCs on all of those properties up. Next week, I am heading up to London to go to the Property Mark 1 conference. This is an annual conference that Arla Property Mark, our regulator, put on. And they've got a lot of really interesting speakers coming along to that. And obviously, a lot of the focus for the lettings side of the industry is going to be on the Renters' Rights Act. So I'm really looking forward to meeting up fellow colleagues there, seeing how we have all experienced it over the first 6 weeks of the Renters' Rights Act. Within Madison's, please do keep an eye out for 2 wonderful properties that we are going to be launching later this week within the lettings side of the business. We have a fantastic flat over in Paddock Wood coming to the market. Also a beautiful family home in Speldhurst, Burnt Cottage. It really is a majestic property set in beautiful grounds, and we're looking forward to being able to show potential families around that property. I'll look forward to speaking to you again in 2 weeks' time.